15 businesses that you can start for only 200 Rand. I got my trusty list over here. And in fact, I don't think there's any business that needs you to have more than 500 Rand. So I'm going to go into the first one. The first one is selling peanuts. So where my studio is, where I do tattoos, right across the road is a mall. There's a guy outside there who sells peanuts. Every time when you pass him, hello, 5 Rand peanuts. I'm going to take a video picture of him and I'm going to post it someday. That guy has a car. And he sells peanuts there. Well, peanuts are not the only things he sells. Obviously, he sells super glue and all of that stuff. But the main product of his business is peanuts. That's what he's always screaming when you pass by there. That's business number one. And you only need 200 Rand to start. With very low stock, you sell it for 5 Rand or 10 Rand. It just depends on your area. And then you make yourself some more money. Number two is selling biltong. With biltong, you will need an investment of, say, 250. 250 should be enough for you to start so that you can actually make a bit of a profit so you can go back to your suppliers and buy more. Business number three, I'm moving as fast as I possibly can, is popcorn business. Now, somebody will say, well, if you're going to start a popcorn business, you're going to need a popcorn machine. For sec, man. You don't need a popcorn machine. That's just an excuse for you not to start. What you need is the popcorn kernels and salt, maybe flavored salt like salt and vinegar and aromat, you know what I mean? There's also cheaper versions of aromat that you can get. And you need a pot that you can put on a paraffin stove or on a gas stove or electrical stove, and you make your popcorn. It has to just be a big pot, big enough for you to be able to sell to your customers. And then you have those plastic bags or paper bags that you can sell to people. Eventually, you will be able to get yourself a popcorn machine. But to say that you can't start because that business requires a popcorn machine, that's an excuse, and you like being poor. You, my friend, you love being broke. Business number four is carpet cleaning. Carpet cleaning requires you to have 150 Rand. Or maybe let's say 250 Rand. One, you get a hose pipe, and then the rest of the money you get a brush, scrubbing brush. You also get washing powder. In fact, I'm starting a washing powder brand. But anyway, let's continue. You get washing powder and you approach your customers to either bring their carpets to your place of operation. This should be at home in the beginning. Or you collect their carpets and wash them. This should be at home. Don't get an office. Business number five is being a light current electrician. Light current electrician meaning that you fix things such as household stoves, lights, any minor electrical problems in a household, you deal with that. And all you need is to have your tools, and some of these tools in the beginning, especially if you are working with appliances, you might not even need more than 200 Rand. So this is also a very low income entry or a low capital entry business. The income may also be a bit low in the beginning, but as you gain momentum in your business, you will start to make more money. Business number six, I had a client this morning that I was doing her eyebrows, permanent makeup. She spoke about the fact that her and her friend, which is another client of mine, they buy clothes from somebody who is a shop runner. This is business number six. You have to be a shop runner. You can be a shop runner. So what the lady does for them is that she finds items that she thinks they might like. She goes buy them in Jozi CBD. Most people are afraid of Jozi CBD. Some people don't even want to go there because it requires time. And it requires you to know where these shops are, and then you can't get discounts if you're not a regular. So this shop runner will go to these places and buy for the clients and then come back, give them their product, and she just marks it up by 50 to 100 Rand per item. And she makes a good living with that. Business number seven is selling fruits in the streets. In the streets. So one of the most impressive things about Soweto and the hustlers here in Soweto is that they sell fruit whether at a street corner where it's a very busy area, or they walk around the area in which they are hustling, pushing a trolley, and then they are pressing this thing that goes, I don't know what it's called, let's just call it a bell. So they're selling vegetables. Mostly it's vegetables. You don't usually get fruits. So let's just say here it's selling fruits and vegetables actually. Be a umgani. Business number eight, it doesn't require you to have money. It requires you to have a skill. And that skill is braiding hair. Braiding ladies' hair. Salons are a bit expensive. if somebody can go to a salon and they are being charged, let's say 500 rand to braid their hair, which includes the hair piece, and they can come to you, they get their own hair piece, let's say maybe for 200 rand, and they can give you 150. This person has saved 150, right? So they are willing to leave that salon to come to you because they're going to save themselves some money. You may think that 50 rand is not a lot of money to save, but if you are in South Africa, 50 rand is a lot of money to save. All right. Now we go into business. Number 9 is selling perfumes. Selling perfumes, I think you would need maybe to start 500 rand so that you can sell to some of your customers before you can gain other customers. You also have the advantage of you can have pictures of perfumes in these I don't know what they call these shops, but these are Arab perfumes. They are mimicking some of the most known and expensive brands, just that they are lesser known brands. They are not fake brands, they are just cheaper and they smell just as good and they last just as long. So you can also sell those products. That's selling perfumes. Another thing is that you don't actually sometimes need a lot of money to start. You see, what you can do is just post stock, and then people pay you up front. You go buy stock and sell to these people, and then as you gain momentum, you start getting more customers, you start having more products in your inventory. Business number 11 is a business that my younger brother wants to start as well. In the previous video, I talked about a business that he wants to start, but this is another business that he wants to start, but it's really just seasonal. In winter, you sell coffee and tea early in the morning to people who are going to work, school, and so forth. You sell it with flasks. You can go with flasks and make tea right in front of them, give them their coffee, give them their tea. If it's good, people are going to support your business. That business is not going to make you too much money, but it will make you enough money for you to be able to fund something else. We go into business number 12 is repackaged food. Now, I think this one is a brilliant one, and the reason I'm getting closer is because it's something that I've seen being done very well by Malawian people. You buy 10 kg of rice, let's say for 100 rand, 10 kg of rice, and then you separate it into 250 grams in small plastics. So if it's 10 kg, in 1 kg 250 grams, you will get 4. So 4 times 20, 250 grams. That 10 kg, let's say it costs you 75 rand. And you sell the 250 grams of rice in that small plastic for 15 rand. Now you've got 4 times 20. The math is not mathematicking in my head right now, but you have essentially made yourself a good return on your initial investment. And you can do this with multiple products like maize meal, beans, mealie rice, and different types of rice like grains. This is repackaging it and selling it for cheaper. Business number 13 is typing services, typing CVs. A lot of people need jobs, but they don't have time to either one, type CVs, or they don't even have the skill to use a computer. So if you type their CVs, you type letters, you type letters for the elderly people, you're making yourself some good money. I'm rushing through this. Business number 14 is a business that I think is something that many people are sleeping on, and this is tutoring. My ex-girlfriend was a tutor for another company, and that company was making a lot of money just by hiring people to be tutors. So they were outsourcing the tutors. So being a tutor is a good option for you to do. You can do it on your own accord and get your own customers in your own neighborhood. Business number 15 also doesn't require you to have funding, doesn't require you to have capital. Your customer has to have the capital for you. That is the last business, and that is being a painter. I'm done. See you in the next one. Subscribe.